Hello, Jan. If you can hear me, just give us a thumbs up. And if you are here for the demo, welcome. I'm going to get started in a few minutes. I just want to make sure you can hear me. So if you can hear me, give us a thumbs up. Jan, if you're there. And we'll get started shortly. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? How about now? Can you hear me? Technical problems. I can hear the keyboard. How about now? Can you hear me now or no? Oh, you can hear now. Okay, that's interesting. Hear me well? Yeah, you can hear me well? All right, cool. If you're joining, give us a thumbs up, and we'll get started really, really shortly. Just on time. Right. I'm Sof here, by the way, from MyQS. If you're a builder, a QS, or a property professional in the UK, and you've just opened a tender pack on a Friday afternoon and thought, there goes my weekend. We've all been there, we've all had to do a large project, always last minute and always needing to be done in a matter of days. So that's the problem that we wanted to fix by building MyQS. So tonight I want to show you two things, or maybe three things, depending on how it goes with time. I want to show you the problem that we're solving with MyQS, which is basically having to do tender drawings and national rate of measure bill of quantities in minutes, not days. And also I want to show you the interactive takeoff tool, which is here. This is basically what you would use to upload some images or some floor plans and then just do a takeoff. So what I've done in the past, because I've been doing this for quite a long time now. In the past, I've usually used Bluebeam. So I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with Bluebeam. Most likely you've either used that in terms of interactive software, or you've used the good old-fashioned ruler and paper. I've done that too. In my early days, I was sometimes measuring off a screen using a ruler and then writing down measurements. So this is why we included this interactive takeoff, which I think is a very powerful tool because it allows you to actually set the scale on your drawings, measure walls, rooms, and areas with precision tools. And it counts every door, socket, light fitting, as you would do on some other software. But on this occasion and in this actual software, in this actual tool, it actually builds a bill of quantities for you. So it builds the price based off your measures, which saves, I don't even know how much time, quite a lot of time. Also, we would usually have MS Project possibly for your Gantt charts. That's the most popular one that most people use. This is also part of the actual Build Pro system. So this actually generates your bill of quantities from a project that you've just priced, and that's automatic, and this happens probably within 60 seconds. You'll get your actual program of works on a Gantt chart format, which allows you to change, to update, to see critical paths and draw line items. Multi-quote documents is basically a 5-step pipeline. It's actually a 6-step pipeline now, and we are evolving every day. AI is moving forward and it's moving very quickly. And the best way to actually use AI these days is by having a formula and a system. Most of us must have used ChatGPT or Claude to upload a drawing, and it usually does come back with some sort of pricing. But the issue with that is there's no process involved. And when you do get a price, it just goes to the last step, which is trying to understand what's on your drawings. But usually the problem with AI right now is it hallucinates a lot. So you're going to get things that aren't on your drawings being given to you and shown to you in terms of pricing, but that doesn't actually exist. So we had to try to get around that by using a 5 to 6-step pipeline, which I'll show you in a second. And then we've got material takeoff. So we'll be talking about the material takeoff tool, which is great for builders. It allows builders, even quantity surveyors and architects who are self-managing projects to get a material takeoff. If anyone's here, it'd be great if you guys said hello and welcome, and then I can get started. We have had quite a few people wanting to attend, so I'm hoping that you guys can see it now. And I think I'll get started. What do you guys think? Janan, should I get started? You happy to have a look? Or should we wait a few more minutes? All right, what I'll do, I'll get started on a project. At the moment, we've got a demo, but I'm going to start a completely brand new project. Go into Build Pro. Now, we have got Quick Quote, but on this occasion, I am going to be showing Build Pro because this is for projects that are from £100,000 to about £2.5 to £3 million. That's our capability right now. That's where we're comfortable with, and that's where we're 90 to 95% sure that our software is doing an accurate job. We don't want to go any higher because we don't want to have the risk of not being accurate. So let's give it a project name. So let's start now. This project that I'm doing is a new build house. So this is a live, real project that I've already priced, by the way, using my software. And ever since building this, I have not priced the job manually at all. So we just call it a new build. Client name, we'll call it LinkedIn, since we're doing it for LinkedIn today. And it is live, guys, as you can see. Job description. I think this is roughly a 400 around 400 square meter house. Square meter new build house, including external garden and front driveway. Remove existing house. So what I can do here is give it a detailed but basic description and allow Smart Assist to actually give it more detail for me, because the more detail we have, the better. Can you zoom in, please? Yes, I can try and zoom in. Can you not see it properly? Let me zoom in a bit more. Is that better? Janan in the comments, is that better? Right, where were we? So, as you can see, it's asking for some known measurements. If you do know some areas, it'd be great to include it because it just gives you that extra few percentage of accuracy that you might require initially when you're estimating work. You can select a project type. On this occasion, what I'm pricing right now is a residential project, and I'm a general builder. And you can choose your region. I am choosing London at the moment because I am in London. And this is an option that allows you to split labor and materials. Now, I usually do this because I like to see as a contractor what my labor will cost and what my materials will cost. So you can always remove this later. And if you are sending it to clients or customers, you can actually remove that so they don't see it. So now we go to the section where we actually upload our documents. Here we go. I am going to upload just the drawing, so I don't need access statements at this stage or exemption forms. I will just upload the designs and the PDFs. So I'm going to control proposed and existing. I think that's all we really need right now. So as you can see, we've uploaded. You can see them here. Next stage here, we can actually either exclude or include. So if you want the client to supply kitchen, for example, you can tip that. Or if you want them to not include any external works or landscaping, it gives you the option here. So here we go. So this is a 3-pass analysis initially. We've got 3 documents. Click the generate multi-quote button. Generate is going to cost 25 credits. While that's generating, as you can see, it's uploading. All documents have been uploaded. The next stage of this when it's extracting, it's analyzing the documents. So what we've done here is we've added a section where our system has a look at the drawings before starting to extract, which it is doing now. The reason for that is to make sure that it's not double, it's not extracting the same drawing or the same reference twice. So that's the first step of ensuring that there's no anomalies, and making sure also that there is no areas where it's duplicating, because that's what AI does quite a lot. And unfortunately, there is a lot of software out there that I've used using AI that gives me a lot of duplicates. So at the moment, as you can see, it's extracting the scope and dimensions from 3 documents. It's reading every dimension, annotation, and specification. And I'll come back in a minute to show you how it's doing. It's 27 items. It's got the garden design there. As you can see, it's cross-referencing all the drawings, removing duplicates. So it's working through the step-by-step process. And at the moment, we're on cross-referencing stage. Now, this is the only way to get AI to work for you properly. Because if you're not using this system and you're just uploading to a standard or generic AI, it will skip this entire process and it will just give you the final cost, which that is completely inaccurate. You're probably going to be off by probably 80%, 90% some of the time. And to be fair, some of the systems I've used out there are not accurate either. So this is the important part of this software, is making sure that this process and pipeline is solid and understands what a project is and things like a QS. So what I've wanted to do is ensure that this system thinks like a real life QS, like a 20-year experienced veteran quantity surveyor who understands drawings and understands what to do with those drawings. So it takes about 10 to 15 minutes depending on the size of your project. At the moment, we are still cross-referencing, but while we're doing that, it's going to generate in the background. I can quickly show you one of my favorite tools on Build Pro, which is the interactive takeoff. So as you can see, we're going to interactive takeoff. Again, this is something that I would have used for Bluebeam. And again, what we would have done is used multiple different softwares and tools from different areas and then tried to bring them together. So as you can see, I'm actually too zoomed in here. I need to zoom out so you can see it better. Just like Bluebeam, I guess. So the first thing it's asking me to do is set a scale. So I'm going to find something on the drawing that allows me to have a scale. I think the laptop's moving quite slow because of the screen recording, but that's okay. We'll get there. So I need to find a measurement somewhere here. Let me try to pan because it's actually too slow because of the internet, or probably the screen recording. I don't know if you guys can see or not. Let's try if we can drag that up a bit. Okay, and I also need to all right, let's find something. Okay, I can see a measurement here on the drawing. Actually, you know what's better? Let's look at the scale. Let's look at the scale here, and I'm going to try to hide some information here from the client. So this is a scale. So we've got 1 to 100, which is basically what this drawing is. I'm going to find the line here. I'm going to pick 2 points. I'm going to finish my point there. And I know that it's 5 meters. And as you can see, you can do it in millimeters, centimeters, or feet. I'm going to set my scale at meters. Just more comfortable working in meters right now because it is a residential project. There is detail, but there isn't a significant amount of detail. So now we've got this, we can actually start taking off. Now, like I said before, what we have here is a takeoff tool which generates a scope. So if you're on demolition stage, you open the demolition. And by the way, once you're done with measuring, this will generate your bill of quantities based on your measurements. So that alone is saving you a lot of time. So we can start with an area, just so I can show you guys how it works. If there's any questions, by the way, and if you are here, just give us a quick thumbs up or a quick hello if you're following along. And if you can hear us, that'd be great. All right, let me zoom in a bit more so you guys can see it. And if you can see, let me know. I like to use pan because I have not got those fancy mouses. So, all right, so you zoom in, you've got your scale, you set it. Now let's look at area. Let's work out, let's call this demolition. So I want to demolish the bedroom. I want to demolish bedroom 3 and I want to demolish the flooring. As you can see, I'm picking my area. And I'm going to end it there. Once you've got that, you can give it a label. Bedroom 3. I have no idea why my laptop is so slow today. Demolition item, I'm going to call that floor. So we know what we're demolishing. And then I'm going to press enter. As you can see, floors, bedroom 3 has popped up here with 20.8 square meters. If you want to check the scale, if you want to see how accurate we are, let's try it here. So that is roughly, what is that? 2.668. And let's see what we get when we get to this stage. How far off am I on the line? Roughly, is that about right, guys? I mean, give or take a few mil. Yeah, so let's just, obviously I need to zoom in more to be able to see that properly, but I can finish that line. I'm just going to call that a test line so you guys can see how close we are to the actual real measurement. Oh, I wrote lib. Sorry about that. So yeah, we've got 2670 and then you've got 2668. Okay, I was off by like a couple of mil, but as you can see, if you zoom in properly, you'd be able to have a much better view. We can do one more area just so if anyone's missed it, or if you want, anyone wants to see a bit more. Let me zoom in a bit more because that will allow me to be more accurate. Again, I ain't got one of those fancy mouses, so let's work out. What should we work out? Let me just pan it quickly. Okay, should we work out bedroom 4? Let's work out bedroom 4. So the reason I've built it like this is to keep it as simple as possible. So you can ask anybody, even if they're not a quantity surveyor, even if they're a graduate quantity surveyor, you can teach them how to use this really, really quickly and easily. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to build this, because I wanted to make it not only simple, but accurate for everybody who is in construction. Bedroom 4, let's label that. Again, we're on demolition and we're on floors. I'm going to press save to enter. That's my second takeoff. What I could do now is show you some more important things, like adding notes, annotating, labeling lines, labeling areas. Sometimes you might have an area on your drawing that you're not too sure of, and you just highlight this area here. It not only gives you the size, just showing now, also allows you to write it. So I'm going to say flat roof. Oh, I'm not sure what's wrong with my keyboard as well today. Flat roof. Just flat roof 1, I guess. And then we can save the label. So as you can see, you can take these drawings off and actually label them as you're moving along. Great feature here is AI measure and AI detect, which is smart detect. I'd suggest if you've got a simple drawing, AI detect actually saves you quite a bit of time. Let's give it a go. This is live. I'm not sure if this will actually pick these drawings up, because sometimes when they're too complicated, it's always better off to try and start this off on your own using this tool, which saves you a great amount of time already. So, okay, so it seems to have picked something up here. Okay, so as we can see, it's hasn't been as accurate as we want it to be. So this here is great if you're doing like a bedroom or something a bit smaller. Because we've got a bit of a bigger house, it's a lot better to do the takeoffs yourself. And as you can see, it doesn't take that much time. So once you've got this, we export the page and we export it into Excel. You can either have it listed on Excel, or what I usually do is generate the full bill of quantities directly from my takeoff. So what would happen onto this next stage, once you've got your measurements, you've got basically everything listed already. You choose what type of finish you're looking for. You'd give it a description like you would already from the original bill of quantities that you uploaded, and then you generate your bill of quants. And what would happen there is that you should get a pricing. Let's go back and see how Build Pro is doing. And this is some projects I've been working on. So we're still pricing at the moment. Let's look into it and see how far along we are. Okay, so we're still awaiting the new build. LinkedIn is still awaiting pricing. Let's have a look. Where are we? Okay, so we are applying UK current rates with regional adjustments. So we are on probably stage 5 now out of 6. And what it's doing is it's picking up regional rates and it's connecting them to the bill of quantities. So if you stick around a little bit more, you will see a finished product. Another great part, again, program of works. I'll be able to show this better for you if I use the real life project. But if you want to see it now while we're waiting, I can import from a project. Let's bring that new build in. And as you can see, it's automatically generated me a Gantt chart. Fully editable, fully customizable, and pretty much a lot simpler than most software that I've ever used, including MS Project. And I find this incredibly impressive as well. This exports into PDF, it exports into CSV files, and yeah, you've got your links, your views. Not much else you need really from your Gantt, just having it all in one place and exporting it all together is great enough. Let's see how we're doing. So let's go have a look at that new build project for LinkedIn that we're still pricing, still extracting. This is obviously a large project in the millions, so it is taking, it's taking probably 15 minutes. How long have we been live? I think I started this about 10 minutes ago. If you are here, give us a thumbs up. Say hello. Let's see how we are doing. And by the way, there are so many more features in this that we haven't really got time to look into at the moment. Oh, here we go. I think we're complete. So we're at 1.9 million for that new build house. Now, once you have generated your quote, you can come back into this section here and it will give you not only all the details that it's come up with. What I can do really quickly is show you what has come out. It's also referenced the drawing. So as you can see, it's referencing mechanical demolition. It's telling you where it's found this information, garden design PDF, which is the one we uploaded earlier. And then we've got the actual site perimeter existing, mixed boundary treatment. So as you can see, it's pretty much referencing everything in the drawing. But before I go into that, let me show you what you see first. Okay, so you've got your titles, high-end finish or standard finish. There is no such thing as a low-end finish. There's no point doing any projects that are low-end. So it's always a standard or a high-end. You've got your schedule of works, which is what we just saw, and we'll see again. You can see your dashboard and charts. So this is broken down your duration. 52 weeks is about right for a new build property of that size. So it's told me exactly what it's extracted. It's also given me a mini Gantt chart. Once I scroll down, it's given me a mini Gantt chart here in the program title, which allows you to include this into your tendering. Hi, Maria. Welcome, by the way. Yes, if you have a few questions, put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I am just going to finish up this section here. So as you can see, we are dashboard and charts. So I like this section because it gives me a bit of validation. So as we can see, it's trying to tell me where it found this information from. Now, obviously, this is a new build 400 square meter house, and it's not the cheapest, obviously, property. So it's telling me, it's giving me some validation. So these are the 3 drawings that we've found information from. Project type, how many categories it's come up with, and the national rate of measure. And it's giving me some assumptions. So it's giving me the project program around 12 months. London regional rates applied at 1.35 baseline. And as you can see, it's calculated external works, demolition based on the actual floor area. And I like this because it gives me a bit of validation, and it also tells me where we are on the scale. So if there's something that might need to be addressed or considered, it's giving you something to look at, basically. So if we go back to that schedule of works, we can actually look through it and see what we come up with. Best thing I should do really is to download this and show you what it looks like on an Excel. So as you can see, it's given us how many lines of details? I think it's given us about 150, 140, I think. And it's broken it down, as you can see, in the national rate of measure, which is important to be able to understand better. Okay, let me export this and show you what it looks like when you're in Excel. These are options now that you get depending on who the user is. So if I'm a main contractor, I might want to show the total only, not the lump sum, and I might want to hide my risk and profit and my labor and materials. But at the moment, since it is just a demo, I am going to just tick I accept, because I should have checked those items and I would have got a flag if our system wasn't 90 to 99% sure of an item. It will flag it up for you to check. And again, that's part of validation. That's downloaded, but I need to make sure that you guys can see it. So I need to share it as a window. Slides and PDFs. My computer. Where is it? Upload file. Downloads. I don't know if you guys can see my screen right now, but I am trying to show you. It's interesting. It's not allowing me. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I knew there'll be some technical issues, but I'm trying to add this screen, so I've just downloaded that Excel. I can see it, but for some reason you guys cannot see it, so it doesn't really make sense. Okay, well, unfortunately, guys, I can't show you the actual Excel, which is such a shame because it's a beautiful document broken down into tabbed items. I can tell you what I see. I see external summary, facilitating works tab, substructure tab, tab 2 superstructure, and it's actually formulated the entire document, so you can just work off the Excel document. Anytime you make a change, it automatically updates, which is actually a shame. I wish I could show you. I could send it to you. You know, if you guys want to see it, I can send it to you. So that's pretty much it, to be fair, guys. That was quite quick. What did that take me? About 15 minutes, and it's giving me 151 items based on the actual drawings. I don't know. What else do we want, right? If there's any questions, I am happy to take them. I know Maria Feathers, I know you might have had a question. If you're still here, please ask away. I'm more than happy to answer it for you. In the meantime, I'm going to sit here in settings as well, because I do like this part too, because it allows you to completely customize your takeoffs and your PDFs, your Word documents and everything. So just saves you that extra bit of time, you know, and every minute counts, especially in construction. Any questions? I am happy to take questions, and this is the first time I'm doing a LinkedIn Live, so I'm a bit rusty. Next time I will have an agenda, and I would love to obviously do this again and show you the rest of the features. Didn't even get a chance to talk about tender packs, which if you're a main contractor or if you're a quantity surveyor or even an architect and you're self-managing or project managing, this is great to compare subcontractors' costs, track the pricing, give builders a scope, which I think is very important, and allows you to compare the quotes as well. So that's, again, everything you need to manage your tender process in one place. We've also got compliance that we didn't get a chance to talk about. Health and safety documents. These are automatically generated within minutes based on the project that you've generated for your bill of quantities or your quick quote or your estimating job. So that is very powerful. Usually it does take a while to get it project specific, but this is project specific every single time. And it literally takes minutes. It's downloadable in Excel, Word, so it is editable as well. Yeah. Any questions? I will stay here for a few more minutes. Okay, we have got a question from Maria. I am using my phone because I can't see the actual screen right now. Can subcontractors use this software, i.e. for my company doing cornice takeoffs? Yeah, absolutely. This is designed for every contractor. So we've got the quick quote are for projects between 0 to about 50k. So this is very comfortable with pricing those projects. Anything more than 50k and up to about 3 million, you should use Build Pro, because there's a different process when it's doing a takeoff. So Build Pro will, as you can see, do the 6 to 7 step pipeline, which takes more time and actually gives you greater detail based on drawing packs. If you have your own rates, best thing to do is to come to your rate library and you can add them here. So if you're a subcontractor and you're a specialist, you come to your rate library and you choose your rate, and you can add your custom rates. And if you're doing the same sort of labor cost over and over again, this automatically overrides what you're doing in Quick Quote. And all Quick Quote will do is just take off your measurements. So it will match your measurements to your rates. And again, that usually Quick Quote is done in about, quickest I've seen it do a kitchen extension of about 50k. It did it in about 2.5 minutes. And someone actually used this recently to price 100 bathrooms in a hotel. And it done that, I think, in about 5 minutes. So Quick Quote is capable, but if you're looking for more accuracy and more detail, I would use Build Pro. Hope that answers your question, Maria. And if anyone's got more questions, please put them in the chat. If not, this will be available to download. If anyone's missed it, we can put it on LinkedIn so you guys can watch it again. Yeah, so I think I'm going to leave it there then, guys, if there's no more questions. Thank you to everyone who has joined, everyone who has enjoyed the stream. And send me a message if you've got any questions. I'll be more than happy to discuss this with you personally. So thanks a lot to everybody. And I guess I'll see you in the next live. We'll probably be doing this weekly now because there's so much to go through. And I think it will benefit quite a lot of contractors. I know it's benefited me for sure. So thank you to everybody. Speak soon.